everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fransica brackin. For those who are new here, welcome. I had to have the phone this closer because you know I'm not home, I'm in the center. And yeah, I don't want to be talking out loud to be disturbing anybody else. So the phone is really close today, okay? To my face. So today the word that the Lord speak to me through was today he just told me this, and he was just saying Hezekiah, and when Assyrian had invaded Israel, and it's taken, I have the Bible in front of me, it's taken from 2 Chronicles 32. And the first thing that Hezekiah heard, right, is that when he heard that Assyria was going to attack, you know, when he heard that Assyria was going to attack Israel, he said for them to dry up all the springs and stop all the water from flowing out of Israel and all these things. And the reason for him doing that is because he didn't want to strengthen Assyrian's army. And the Lord had me to understand Assyrian, and he said, what is Assyrian, right? And the Assyrian army, they were a big army that, and if you read and you go on more, for the sake of time, I don't want to go straight down into reading, right? But it's from 10 and 9, you go on and you hear the king of Assyria talking about how, you know, he had defeated many nations before and all these things. And the Lord spoke to me through this, and he said, this message, and this time, he's saying to someone, this time he say, these are for the individuals that is in the in-between place. And when you mean the in-between place, you have not seen, you have gotten a promise from the Lord, and you have been waiting for manifestation of that promise, of that word that you see, and of that promise. Right? Like when they were when they were about to enter the promised land. He say you are waiting to see manifestation of that promise, but because he say in this time you have to understand certain things. He said the enemy is gonna send individual, quite like the king of Assyria did. He's gonna send individuals, and when the individuals come, he said first thing, they cannot see you crying because it's gonna strengthen them. They cannot see you worrying about it because it's gonna strengthen them. He said the enemy is sending individual to put fear inside of you, of the thing that you are uncertain about, and because you don't know. He says like fear coming out of the unknown. You don't know, and he say the enemy is sending individual to speak things in your ears to say, okay, just like the king of Assyria spoke here. He spoke and he said, no, God wasn't able to defeat this, and why your God is able to defeat this, and you know, we destroy much and much a thing or whatever, and why you think you can do it. And he had me to understand that he said in this time, this is a person that is waiting for the manifestation of what God has spoken to you in the in-between place. You have not yet seen what God has spoken to you, but you know he has spoken certain things to you, and you have been waiting. He said, cover your ears, protect your ears from certain persons that come to defeat your hope, your faith in Jehovah's God's word, in his word that he has spoken to you. And he said, do not let them, the ones that is coming, he said, you aren't supposed to entertain them by looking worried or by giving them the illusion that you're worried, whatever, because he said it will strengthen them. It is like it give them more strength now. He said these persons come and they come to weaken your hope and your faith in God, just like the king of Assyria. If you don't know it, go and read it. It's 2 Chronicles 32. Just like the king of Assyria, desire was to weaken them. He said because when the enemy cannot take out a person, what they intend to do, they would like for you to take out yourself like trash. They would like for you to take out yourself. They would like for you to give up on the promises of God. They would like to frighten you so much to get you to give up, to run away, to miss out on what God is about to do in your life. And he says, stay faithful and stay focused on what the Lord has said that he is going to give you. Do not entertain that. He said the only time that when these things come about, and he said not just people he's sending. He said, because we are people and because we don't know, he said fear is a spirit that will come about, and this is what, remember he said he have not given you that spirit of fear, but of knowledge, wisdom, and of a sound mind. So he said this is what the spirit of fear will speak to you, You ever like be sitting down there and the Lord promises you something and you're thinking, okay, what if this and what if that? He said that is the spirit of fear and do not entertain it. He said when the spirit of fear come about, just like lower down when Assyrian began to speak to Israel and say, we so big and we defeat too much people and we make you think you can defeat that. You are to speak back to Assyria and tell Assyria of your God's greatness, what he was able to do, what he has able to do. He said that is how you fight back when those thoughts come in your mind that the Lord ain't going to do it and maybe this and maybe that, and you start to become fearful. He said fight back by telling, oh God and my Redeemer, by encouraging yourself, but not just encouraging yourself, but by telling yourself the promises that the Lord never lies, that oh God and my Redeemer, he's able to bind up, he's able to cause wounds but also heal, that he's able to give us the lands of the promise of the heathens. He's able to start to speak back to Assyria, start to speak back to the spirit of fear. And he said that is the only how that you can run that thing out. He began to tell me something and he said many people's relationships is being attacked by the spirit of Assyria, of fear, of the unknown. Excuse me. He said, how is this? Because you ever like you're with someone but the enemy paint a picture. He says like a mirage. You're going through a desert place, a dry place, and you see something like illusion. And the illusion come up is to get you to grab it. Because when you grab it, then you lose. You understand? So he says certain things come about and the enemy will paint certain pictures up, either about who your partner is or wherever it is, to try and get you to be fearful. And now you act in the spirit of fear. You act out of fear and you damage your thing, you mess up what God has given you. He said he will come and paint a picture. Sometimes the person is just there, and because they are maybe entertaining someone else of the opposite sex or wherever it is, just talking to that person or wherever it is or wherever, and you just come and in your head you're having those kind of thoughts, and we all are human, and all these kind of different things. Yes, and he plays. Listen, let me tell you something. This is how persons take down relationships. They will go. Your enemy will study your past. They will study your fears. They will study what you don't like, what all these kind of things, and they now will come and make it look like if your fear, that fear that you were so afraid of, is coming to pass. That thing that you are so afraid of is coming to pass. For you to act like that now. And when you act like that, you damage the blessing that the Lord has put in your life. When you act right now, you see this? You see, I know all woman is like that. I know all man is like that. And you give up. And you mess it up. That is also something that comes from Assyria, the spirit of fear. What make you think this one so faithful? Look at all of them. All man is like that. All woman is like that. Look at how that one was in a relationship in the past and so long. I did that. And look what happened. And this is coming from something that happened to you previously, or just as fear thing, and you damage what you bless. This is why some of us don't hold on to the blessing. The Lord don't give us it in the first place, because when he give us it, before he even give you it, he has to prepare you for it, prepare you to hold it, to keep it. Or you're going to mash it up, you're going to mess it up. He had to feel sometimes purge and clean some of us of some fearful things. Someone damaged us so much, and now we have to go and clean us and wash us out and prepare us to be able to hold that blessing. So when we get it, we don't destroy it with the what if, with the past of things what have hurt us and all kind of thing. And the enemy knows our past. He studies and knows this is what this person is fearful about. So sometimes the Lord won't give it because he's purging you. He's purging you. He's preparing you for it first. He's causing you to build trust more in him. So when he give you that thing, you don't get, I can't trust nobody. You can't trust that person, but you can trust the Almighty God. He's preparing your heart to be able to even hold a relationship again. Sometimes this is why the Lord hold back blessing from us, because he see that we aren't ready, prepare for that. If we get it, we're gonna mess it up because we have gotten hurt before. So every time it even look like that, it just, you look like that or whatever, and we go on and we mess up that thing. We give it up. We give up the blessing. So sometimes he's preparing us. You have to trust the Lord's timing. You have to trust his timing. But he's saying this time, this is the word that he said. He said, do not allow the king of Assyria, do not allow the king of Assyria to speak. The king of Assyria, let me explain it, is fear speaking of the unknown. Something, you're waiting on God for something, and you don't know wherever it is, what is going to be the outcome. He said, don't let the enemy start to speak all kind of foolishness about your God. And if you start to speak it, if you start to hear fear speaking to you, because fear is your thoughts, your fearful thoughts, fear start to speak to you, the spirit of fear start to speak to your spirit and tell you, they saying, well, and Lord, maybe things will happen, maybe I should do this and you should do that. You do not be controlled by the spirit of fear, because when you're controlled by the spirit of fear, you're not controlled by the spirit of the Lord. And you will miss the mark, you will go out of alignment and not see that manifestation, because you give up, you allow the spirit of fear to do that. Don't allow anyone. In this time it's like having a child. It's like having a child in your belly, and you have to protect yourself from certain things by all means, in order to see manifestation of it. You have to protect your mind from certain things. You can't just let any and anyone you can't just let any and anyone just talk and say all kind of things about it. You understand? You have to protect that thing, or you're gonna give up on it and you're not gonna see the manifestation of that thing, right? So you guys, I'm gonna cut this video short. He said also, oh God, I can save my mind. But anyway, you guys, stay blessed, stay strong, and remember, do not worry. Do not look like a worry. Don't be wherever it is, because you're gonna strengthen that person come, or whoever it is come to speak lies and come to say wherever it is that the Lord ain't doing, and or any kind of negativity, you're gonna strengthen them when they see you're worried. It's like you give them fuel to the fire. Read 2 Chronicles 32 and you'll understand what I'm speaking about when I say, when the king of Assyria was going to invade, how he spoke so low about God, and he said, all these kind of things. In this time, you can't be worrying. Remember God's promises. So when the spirit of fear began to speak to your mind and tell you it ain't gonna happen and this and all of that, that ain't gonna happen, you can say that my God is able to cause wounds, but he's able to heal. That my God is loving, he's kind, he's faithful to the things that he said he will do. He's not an unfaithful God. And though it tardy, he said, they that wait upon the Lord, they shall mount upon the backs of an eagle. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint. That means he never fails. He never fails. Do not allow fear don't allow fear to make you doubt God, to make you give up on what God has promised you. He said, continue remaining faithful. Continue staying committed, because he's committed to bringing that thing to pass. The Lord never lies. He watches over his word to perform it. If there's a reason why it's taking a little time, just trust the Lord, that he knows what's best for you, and lean not to your own understanding. Right? You guys, anyway. Stay blessed, stay strong. Remember, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, our Jehovah Jireh, our Jehovah Nisi, the one that have 1,000 cattle upon a hill, loves you. I love you, right? Remember to share and subscribe. Go and check out if you subscribe and you share, and there's many more videos. Just click on my face and you will see there's many more videos. Great Holy Spirit filled messages, right? Go and check it out. Guys, bye. Enjoy your day.